Hey guys, this is Zach from Speedway Motors. I'm the technical chapter lead, so I help to manage our techs. We're the ones that you talk to on the phone when you call in to order parts or you have a question on a part. And lately I've had a lot more time to spend in the garage due to COVID-19 and wanting to stay hunkered down here at home. So I thought I would take some time and kind of give you guys a little tour of some of the projects that I've got going on out here. So I'm definitely a hoarder when it comes to collecting old parts. On this shelf I have a bunch of car parts and motorcycle parts and stuff, some oil and chemicals. There's a small block Chevy intake manifold shoved up there on top of that shelf. There's my Ford 94 2-barrel carbs. I got those a couple years ago at a swap meet, hoping that I'd build a flathead someday and maybe put it in like a Model A hot rod or something like that. Some panhead and shovelhead Harley parts. I like those things too, so definitely got the sickness times 2 for cars and bikes. There's some small block cylinder heads. Definitely a Chevy guy at heart, so got a lot of those parts laying around. There's my very first toolbox that I got when I was about 13 or so. Got an old Speedway sticker on that too, that's kind of cool. And down under the bench here, we've got my M22 rock crusher, 4-speed transmission all bagged up. I got that all rebuilt here about 6 months ago. That's for my 72 Nova, which was actually my first car, and I'm lucky enough to still have it. It's not here in this garage, otherwise I'd like to show it to you guys, but then there's some intake manifolds and other engine parts and stuff down there. There's my crankshaft, fresh from the machine shop about a year ago, and I haven't gotten around to working on the engine yet, so that's actually one of the things that I'm doing out here in the garage since I'm home. There's my 1956 South Bend Heavy 10 lathe. This thing is super cool. I actually bought this from the shop that my dad was a machinist at for years. They bought this brand new in 1956, and then when they upgraded a few years ago, I had the chance to buy it, so I was happy to get that. Got some more small block parts stashed under the lathe there. And then over here actually we've got my 454 block. This is actually what I'm working on out here in the garage today. I had all the machine work done on this engine about a year ago, and I just haven't gotten around to working on it since I got it home. So I figured since there was a lot more time out in the garage and I wasn't so busy anymore, I can spend some time and put this thing together. I actually have the cylinder heads sitting here. This is just a pair of 781 oval port heads. Stock valves and pretty much a stock set of heads. I did put some comp cams valve springs in there so I can put a little bit better cam in there than it would have had. And I've got the pistons laid out here. I was just getting ready to start measuring all those and getting the piston rings out, start file fitting those here this afternoon. I just got some sealed power, small dome pistons. Should be about a 9.5 to 1 compression ratio, so should have pretty good street manners and run on pump gas. So it should be a lot of fun to drive around in that Nova with a 4-speed. And got my drill press there, and then just more stuff kind of packed on that shelf, more chemicals and oil and spray paint. And there's my valve cover stash, and got a bunch of Chevy distributors up there. And then over here I've got my toolbox. It's kind of piled high with junk, just like everything else out here is. But it's just a Craftsman toolbox. It does the job for me though. There's actually some pretty cool calendars and stuff up there that I got when I used to work on cars. And actually there's a picture up here, and it's probably kind of hard to see it real good, but This is actually my Uncle Richie. He has the 1970 Gto Drag Car, and that actually is one of the reasons that I like cars so much. I remember going to his shop in the summertime when I was a kid and hanging out there, and kind of got the fever back then. So then just kind of have a lot of clutter in here. There's a motorcycle lift for working on bikes and stuff, and then I've got my Week to Wicked banner that I picked up from work there. We built that car out there with Carcraft magazine last summer in a week, the 67 Chevy 2. That was a whole lot of fun. So maybe we'll step outside here and take a look at my 55 Chevy. I'm like a lot of you, I don't have as much garage space as I would like. So my car gets to sit outside, unfortunately, and I have stuff stashed all over the place, but this is my 1955 Chevy Sedan Delivery. I actually bought this from my friend at work, Tim, who I know that you guys have seen on these videos and all that stuff before. So this is a car that he had, and he decided to let it go a few years ago, so I picked it up from him. It's got a small block in it. It's a 355. It's got some camel hump heads on it. I don't know if you can see that real well. So I kind of wanted to build it in an old school way. Tons of stuff from Speedway on the car. All the front suspension parts, a lot of engine parts came from us. Just a mild small block. It's really reliable. I've actually driven this car all over the country. I've had it in Las Vegas. Drove it from Nebraska to Las Vegas. I've driven it down to Louisville for the Street Rod Nationals. It's been all over the Midwest to car shows, every summer. Seems like I go all over the place with it. So this is a lot of fun. This is my driver. So it's kind of a beater, but that makes it fun for me because I can leave it outside in hotel parking lots and not worry about anybody messing it up or about anything happening to it. So kind of got a old school vibe on the interior. Got stickers all over from some of the places that I've been and stuff like that. It just has a turbo 350 transmission in it with a mild converter and a shift kit, and it's a lot of fun. So if you guys have any questions at all, just ask me about it. I'd like to answer questions and stuff about the car. And I wish I had some of my other projects here with me today. But like I said, I kind of have things scattered all over the place. So as you guys are working on your projects, send us a picture of it. Let us know what you're working on. We'd love to see them. So everybody stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.